Percocet, Miley Percocet, Percocet, Miley Percocet, represent, gotta represent, chase a chick, never chase a chick.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Kiera.
This is Leah.
This is Solo.
And you're listening to He Said, We Said. Welcome back.
Yes,
Welcome
yes,
back.
yes,
From the
yes.
holiday.
For Memorial Day.
Yeah, did y'all do anything fun?
I think that all I did was like paint stuff. So I don't know if I sent you a picture or not, but I'm painting my bar cart, painting a couple other things like around the house, and that's it. But,
Okay.
So that's what I did over a holiday.
Okay,
Good
so
time.
you got the place marked off, and
As far as what?
Well,
I guess where to paint.
and
Yeah, like the plastic covering and the taping and so forth to got your paint roller and no.
To a certain
Okay.
extent. It's freehanding.
Well,
Yeah.
all right.
Freehanding the bar cart. Because that's kind of just, if I mess up the handles, I just get new ones.
Gotcha.
What about you?
Oh, man, I can't even remember what I did last weekend, but I just did a lot of relaxation. Nothing serious. I couldn't find a barbecue to go to, but
Dang.
whatever.
That's apparently not a thing here anymore. I was talking to somebody about Memorial Day weekend. I was like, dang, when did it transition? Oh, we were talking about that because we went to brunch. And our line sister was like, when did it transition to like everybody's out in Houston now for Memorial Day and no longer like a family thing?
Dang. Maybe they're like, we don't need two of them, so we'll keep 4th of July for the family, Memorial Day for going out.
Look, Labor Day wild card. Well, I guess maybe Labor Day is travel because boys be out.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be out of
Yeah,
office.
then I'm like, is this what it's
show.
going to be like for 4th of July?
Bored.
I just need to be by someone's
I want a pool.
4th of
Yeah,
July.
you know, can I get wet? I mean,
Can
I dip my feet in somebody's pool or something like that?
Okay.
Throw a couple
Huh.
steaks on the grill.
What'd you
Something. I said throw a couple steaks on the grill. Something.
Oh, okay. Man, my hearing is off this morning.
Yeah,
I don't know what I heard either, but
Yeah. No.
Okay. I just went to New Orleans and
that's right.
yeah, man, ate good. Ate really good. New Orleans is open.
Yeah.
Like no mask open. The peer pressure was real. I'll just say that.
I went to a comedy show this weekend. It was supposed to be small, intimate.
Like
I
it?
don't know.
Oh.
No, it was small. It was like at Phil and Derek's.
Arnez J.
I forgot the people's names. They were cool though. But I'm in there. I walk in with my mask. I look around. I said, "Oh, it's not that kind of party."
Yeah.
Nobody. I was like, okay.
So like they were just walking in there with no mask, or they were like at the tables with no mask?
Yeah, that I don't know because I walked in by myself. So when I walked in, everyone was already like seated, and I wasn't paying attention to people walking in after me. Because at that point, I'm just really looking around like, wow. At least the wait staff had on masks. So maybe I'm like, okay, maybe it's like a restaurant. It's me trying to talk myself into it being okay. But yeah, thank God I got the vaccine because my anxiety would be through the roof.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about the mask thing yet. I mean, I can't trust the CDC. They say that it's fine, but they say a lot of different things. But I did have a physician tell me that I have less than 1% chance of catching COVID again, because I've already had it and I'm vaccinated. So for me, I'm like, do I really need the mask?
Yeah.
Do I really need the mask?
But then I guess one thing about the whole wearing masks is it's like not even just COVID, but it's like just even people's germs. I'm kind of like,
that's a fact.
A little on the fence about, you know what I'm saying? Like
fact.
I haven't been just sick or anything since the mask up. So I'm like, well, maybe it does serve some type of purpose,
I think for sure moving forward for like airports, maybe even concerts, depending on how the concert is set up, like big events, I think moving forward, I probably will be wearing a mask for sure. Like
I think it's going to be a thing, a part of the culture, like, just in case, there's going to be a lot of people there.
Right.
Yeah. The only time I feel
Asian
pressure is when
countries.
it's like a small, like you said, intimate setting. Like if I go to someone's house gathering and it's like 15, 20, it's like I still want my mask, but it's like, oh, I don't want to be that guy. But those are, I mean, you can catch them there, just like you can catch them at the big places. So
Well, let's go on into this week's topics. We just got breaking news that Meghan Markle had her baby, so congratulations to Meghan and Prince Harry.
Congrats, baby boy.
I think it's a girl.
It's a girl?
It's a girl.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
Yeah, I wonder what the name's gonna be. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Huh, interesting. Let's move on to just some quickies before we get into the real deal. Issa Rae is going to be the new Spider-Woman. Are y'all excited?
You know, I'm thinking about the photo. What was the movie we saw?
The Photograph?
Photograph, and the reviews I heard from that. What was that other movie that was like came around?
Oh, what do you mean? Where they were the comedy about them
Oh, you
dating
liked it?
her and the Indian guy?
Oh yeah,
I thought that was better than the
watch
Photograph. I enjoyed that more than the Photograph.
Okay, so my.
But was it good?
Like it was a
right.
comedy, just one of
Was
the.
she more in her element on that one?
Well, yeah, comedy. She wasn't trying to be this super sexy. Not saying that she's not an attractive woman, but it's like, and I hate to say it, but even in like Insecure, like I don't care to see her in those intimate moments. She's nailed some, but then some I just find myself like,
Yeah, I think it may be a mix too of her kind of honing in on that awkward black girl.
But comedy's her bag though.
So I guess if I think about that and I think about Spider-Woman, is that a comedy?
Well, it's gonna be voice acting, right?
Oh,
Like the Spider-Verse, I thought it was gonna be like the sequel to.
Oh, like Malcolm?
if this is like cartoon animated, that's one thing.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
I could
maybe
be wrong.
so. I don't know a daggone thing about.
Well, because it said the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse, so I assumed it was like a sequel to the animated one. If it
one-
would have been like Spider-Man Homecoming or Going Away, that shit with Tom.
Okay.
What's the kid's name?
I just forgot. I thought it was.
I didn't think it was that.
I thought it started
With
with an M.
Zendaya?
Mm.
Zendaya? Fuck.
Yeah, but.
Oh my God. I thought
No,
that's
no,
your
no.
girl.
Zendaya?
Zendaya, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I just ignored it because I knew what you
Yeah.
meant. So I
Okay.
wasn't saying like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about the whole.
Well, I'll
Issa-
say
Yeah.
this. By all means, I'm happy for Issa. Congrats,
Yes.
that thing. I part of me is like, I think we always keep bigging her up because it's like, damn, we seen the journey from where she used to be to
I
where
was
she
just
is.
gonna comment
But
on
when are we
that.
gonna get acclimated to like, well, damn, it's Issa. You know? Like
Mhm.
it's like all the congratulations and comments and remarks, it seemed like that's what was driven like. She's doing big. Well, she's been doing big for a minute now.
I'd say 5
She's-
years at least
She's
at this
doing
point.
great things. Like it's
Yeah.
like one after another after another. Like she's getting a lot of
That's why I was like,
opportunities and just a lot of big
yeah,
congrats.
that's why I was like, we're going crazy over voice acting.
Well, I mean, I think it's still a big deal.
It's a big deal, but what I'm saying is, I thought she's bigger than that,
Okay.
than just a voice acting role.
Okay, well we
What? When
I
she
don't
secured
know.
that bag for how many million?
Yeah, but that's different. I think for a while, Issa, she definitely has been famous or been killing it for a while, but a lot of it has been like behind the scenes / like Insecure, right? She only has so many things at this point that are non-Insecure / production directing related, right? So she has a Photograph, I guess now this. What was the movie?
Love Blind, some action thing. What was
Yes.
it?
Lovebirds?
Okay.
Whatever.
something
yeah,
like that.
Those are the only three I can think of at the top of my head where she's actually like talent.
She was in
that
she
one
was in
with
what you call it with the little girl,
Marseille Little
But
Big
Boss?
Boss or
I thought she-
something.
But yes, she was, but she did not have a big role in that. I
Mhm.
thought she was more behind the scenes on that than she was before.
So I guess
in
she
front of
still
the
has some
camera.
leveling up to do, is what you're saying.
For a
So
resume to be in front of the camera, I would say yes.
so once she gets like in the Star Wars movie or I guess
Okay,
this
that's
is
a-
Marvel, but like I said, it was voice acting, you know?
Look, if I could get into a Marvel bag,
Okay, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on her accomplishments. She's a well-accomplished actor, writer, producer. But yeah,
hey, I don't know. I'm excited for her. I was a little worried when you said she was gonna be Spider-Woman or something because I thought we was talking in front of the camera. And
That's what I thought too. But thank you for clearing that up.
I could be wrong, but that's the only reason why I wasn't going goo goo gaga. You know what I'm
gotta
saying?
Fact check better.
Now, if she were, but look, if she were to produce the next Spider-Man, I'd be like, okay, that's some Black Panther, shit. Whoever
Okay.
my man that directs the stuff,
Right.
Coogler.
Mhm.
Is Spider-Man in the same family as Black Panther?
I mean, it's Marvel.
Oh, okay, it's Marvel.
You know,
okay.
Now if you were to tell me she was gonna be Zuri or whoever and take on the new, bruh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be.
But congrats. Let me not.
Well, while we're on this, yes, Tiffany Haddish is going to be playing Florence Joyner, aka FloJo. She, I believe, is producing this and she is starring. So, how do you guys feel about that?
Okay.
Track coach. Come on, track coach.
You know, I respect Tiffany Haddish a lot, and I'm really happy for a lot of things that she does. If I think back to Girls Trip, I feel like that's when a lot more people started to see and hear her name. I was super, super happy for her. However, when I see her on film, I'm kind of just like, all right. Okay.
She doesn't give you FloJo.
Well, okay. Is FloJo known to be like funny? Like I don't know her to be funny. I don't know her to have like a big personality, but maybe it'll be like a get to know the real like FloJo kind of thing, but it just doesn't come out to me. This honestly reminds me, who's Beyonce, right? When she took that picture and it was a track picture and she had the
she was her.
Yeah, and she had the sock, like the wrong shoes on. And it was just like,
yeah,
come on. And somebody on her cam should have told her. I don't know what kind of shoes those were, but this is giving me the same kind of vibes. Like, hopefully we don't miss the mark. But.
Well, I will say, I think you'd have to really be in the track world to know she wasn't wearing the right shoes. Or maybe see someone point it out. But I get that the details matter. So
I'm just using that as an example because it's just like when I saw that, I was like, ooh, this is a really good picture. It's like, wait a second. Hopefully somebody is like checking
on
the
it.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I just associate Tiffany with like comedy and things like that. So hopefully, I don't know what kind of angle we're going with.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that it doesn't miss the mark on details in a similar fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm curious to see who she beat out. No,
if she's behind this, she cast herself. She said, I'm about to make this movie and I'm going to play her.
Okay. Well, I guess this is one of those roles where it's like, okay, can you step out from the comedic realm? Can you do the Jamie Foxx and, go full on character and make us believe that we're watching FloJo? You got to get your body right.
Low-key, she does have a nice
track body got to be on,
So I think that she could pull off like the aesthetic, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm concerned about that. I'm just curious
the acting.
Because like I'm just so used to her being funny or comedic relief in whatever she's in. And so it's like for you to be the main person in this, I'm like, it's a little stretch goals.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what FloJo was like personally.
I can't.
I couldn't even, at least with Ray Charles, it's like, okay, I've seen Ray Charles interviews. I've seen, I couldn't even tell you if she had a deep voice, light voice. All I know is she had the iconic nails.
The hair.
She was just fast in the bitch. So
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that'll be interesting. I definitely still support her. I mean, I'ma still see it.
Yeah. Pending the trailer.
We'll
that trailer gotta sell me. That trailer,
I'm gonna keep an open mind. Hopefully she's able to kill it. Last serious thing I saw Tiffany Haddish in was the Madam CJ Walker thing.
Oh my gosh, she was,
and that was horrible. So,
and that was,
she
and she was just
something?
funny in there too. I was like,
well, there were times she was supposed to be serious, and it just wasn't winning me over.
Yeah,
I thought between her and her husband, who she was in, having an affair with the woman anyway. I was like,
it was comedic relief.
Exactly, it was because I was laughing.
That reminds me of the whole reactions to that movie in general. People were not happy.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll wait for that trailer to come out.
We'll see.
And the last quickie, did y'all see that girl push the bear to save her dogs?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She was like 17 or 18 years old?
No, I didn't.
I thought that was an older woman, but yeah, and she suffered a fracture to her finger from pushing the bear.
Wow.
I guess it said adrenaline kicking in.
Maybe that's what she said. She said she didn't even know it was a bear. She said she just saw something attacking her dogs. She pushed it off, and she said it wasn't until she pushed it when she realized that it was a bear. But she just wasn't gonna let nobody get her dogs.
I mean, I guess that's a fair thing if you didn't realize it. Me, I probably would have thought twice. Like,
Yeah, I think I would have at least come out there with a
shovel
broom,
or
something. I'm not about to just go out there barehanded with nothing in my hands to fight a bear,
The funniest thing, though, I was having a random conversation with somebody the day before that stuff came out, and it was just like, I don't know how we got on this, but it was just like, if you see a bear or whatever, pour honey on me and help the bear or something like that. So we were having a conversation about that phrase, and literally the next morning I saw that, and I was like, this is ridiculous. And everyone's bringing up, is it mystical?
Mystical.
Yeah. Help the bear.
Right.
Yeah,
That was good. That was
Crazy.
good. Okay, so let's move on to Bonnet Gate. I have been seeing a lot of this on my timeline. It slowed down, and then it picked back up with people just going back and forth on whether or not bonnets are acceptable to be worn outside of the house. So Solomon,
As
what
our
do you
resident,
think? Yes.
resident male opinion.
I mean, you're asking me what my opinion is about seeing women in bonnets.
Yeah,
Outside
well,
the
from the
house.
grocery store down to the airport. What do you think?
I mean, fuck. At the end of the day, it's not my issue. It's not my problem. I don't care. Me personally, I mean, I guess my mom was just old school in the sense that, you don't come outside the house like that. My mom didn't, if I were to throw on a do-rag, she wouldn't want me to come outside with a do-rag, or if I just had on a wife beater, it's just certain things I don't know, you kind of want to.
Have some respect for yourself.
I wouldn't say have some respect for yourself, but I guess that's just one of those things that you have in-house. It's like, coming outside in house shoes, it's just, I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. Just me personally, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I wouldn't, But like I said, I'm not about to be sitting over here and side-eyeing and, talking about somebody because they have a bonnet on their head.
You're not going to make
really
a
could care
video like
less.
Monique about it.
Yeah.
If it's my daughter, hey, come on, But, for anybody who chooses not to, hey, that's your thing. Do what you do.
Let me ask you this real quick. You mentioned if it was your daughter, but what if it's your son with the do-rag? You did bring up a do-rag example, but if you saw your son walking out the house with his do-rag on, would you stop him or would you let him go ahead and go?
I guess it depends on where we're going.
I was about to say, don't you dare say.
If we're going,
where
no.
we going.
If we're going over to the, family's house, something like that.
But your daughter can't go to the family's house with her bonnet on.
I mean, it depends on what we're doing. I guess it's a time and a place. If this is a family gathering and we're going over there, no, come on now.
Come on now, what? Which one is it? Because you said it was okay if your son had to do rag on for the family gathering.
No, okay. There's a difference between just going over their house and then an actual gathering.
Okay.
So if this is like the 4th of July or the memorial barbecue, it's like, come on.
Take the do-rag off.
Take the do-rag off. Take the bonnet off.
Okay.
It's like, but
y'all just going over there to play spades and the kids in the back room.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Do your thing. If we're going out to eat to a restaurant, I don't want that on your head.
I see.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
it
just all goes down to, I mean, it all just goes back to your preference. How were you raised and what do you think is appropriate? But I mean, what about y'all? Y'all the ones who wear bonnets, not me.
I saw.
You don't wear bonnets?
I don't wear bonnets anymore.
Well, hair wraps.
I wear scarves.
What's the difference?
Thank you. Well, the bonnet is a bonnet.
Is the it looks like a
well, I know what.
bear.
Okay, I know what it is. But it serves the same purpose, does it not?
It protects
it's
your hair.
It's a protective covering
your
that
hair, yes.
That you would normally wear in at home.
Sure, yeah.
So that's been the argument. People are like, well, if I gotta protect my hair, I gotta protect my hair. I think my opinion is kind of like yours. One, for me personally, maybe it does depend on where I'm going, where I could actually only be going to like my mother's house to where I would leave it on.
Or going to Frenchies.
Not quite.
Oh, well, I mean, that's where you might find it. You might find it standing in the line at Frenchies.
That's not my thing. I probably would not wear that to get food. Maybe to get gas. Maybe.
Okay.
But like overall, would I condemn someone or like talk bad about them and have to create a whole PSA about it? Probably not. I don't know that I care that
It's
much
not that
about
big
it.
of a deal.
No, but if it were like my friend, I'd be like, "Girl, where you going? Where we going?" Like
You
I
know?
would say that, and it reminds me. I posted something similar about like house shoes or like these certain shoes that women
Look
like to
house
wear.
shoes.
Yeah, they look just like house shoes. It has all the fur and stuff at the top, and people were like on my neck. I can wear these out because it has a hard sole, and I'm like, okay. Do what you do. But it was split. It was like 50-50 where people were strongly like, I can wear this to the mall, but I wouldn't wear it, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, man, you got to create all these distinctions and rules. It's probably something for the house, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Everyone's, I guess, opinion on what's acceptable to be outside in is like it varies. I'm with y'all. I am not stepping out in a bonnet or anything. There's definitely been times where my hair is not necessarily presentable. Those are usually the days I go out with a hat. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm also not one to judge somebody. And I don't think that just because you are wearing a bonnet or house shoes or pajamas out means that you are subjected to be treated, you know, lower or less than me wearing a suit or, you know, a dress or whatever. So I don't know. Monique is a little interesting. And someone pointed this out. They're like, Monique had the nerve to be on some respectability politics, talking about women wearing bonnets out and about. But like, she also did not want to comply to like the politics of that when it came to her shaving her legs or even her doing that video in a robe with no bra on. Like, you know, so it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't, you know, say you guys are wrong for going outside with your bonnet on, but there are people who were calling you out for having hairy legs, and for you, it's like, nah, I have the right to da-da-da-da-da. So,
yeah. Man. At the end of the day, people can do whatever they want.
People gonna do what they want to do.
So I wonder what made her, did she say in the video, like, what made her go out and say, I got to make this PSA because y'all bugging?
I think she mentioned something about being in the airport and she saw a lot of women in pajamas and bonnets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look. You know,
and, you know, I guess in the airport, it's like,
girl, I just rolled out of bed anyway.
Some people want to be comfortable in the airport, you know? Like, I'm a sweats and hoodie type of traveler. Some people wear jeans, you know? But
I probably have a go-to airport, like
leggings.
Yeah, same.
Your leggings.
And shoes I can take on and off quick. Yep.
Right.
But do I notice? First off, if I'm at the airport, I don't even know if I notice other people because I am low key like, all right, where's my gate? Where's my gate? It's taking too long. Like, I'm not even focused on other stuff like that, and especially enough to comment on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I mean, look, wear your bonnet, don't wear your bonnet, whatever. Just go about your life.
I'm not about to be stressed out just because what you have on your head. Nah, that has nothing to do with me, but.
So then that's just it. Monique should mind her business.
Monique needs to mind her business. And you know who else needs to mind their business? The freaking French Open, because they got my girl messed up. Is it Naomi or Naomi?
I thought it was Naomi.
I think I hear Naomi the most. She decided that she did not want to speak at the conference for the French Open. They were going to fine her $15,000 for not participating. And then she said, well, how about this? F y'all, I'm just not going to participate in the French Open at all. So she says that she's not doing so for mental health reasons. There were a few people in the media outlets that kind of had something to say about that, negative things to say. But it seems for the majority, people are in support of her, including Venus and Serena Williams. So what do you guys think about that?
Very similar. Let that girl do what she want to do. One, if you're going to find me for it and I don't even have to really be there, out. Like, she got money. Yeah. Or she's not, like, stressing for money. I'm sure it's something that she probably wanted to do. Like, I'm sure it may be on her, like, list of things. Like, oh, I want to do this, or I do this all the time, or whatever it is in her case. But, like, you about to find me over this? Nah, I just... good. Well, if I had the ability.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I had the ability to make calls like that, Definitely would.
She knows her power because she's the number 1 tennis player, woman at least.
Mm-hmm.
So by her not going, I'm sure there's plenty of people who purchased tickets so that they could see her play. So it kind of worked out more so in her favor than in the French Open's people's favor with that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she brings some type of viewership to the major, but you know, if you got to do what you got to do in order to ensure that your mental health is intact, then do that. You know, a lot of people, I think, were giving her backlash, like, you know, and I think it comes with the territory when you're an athlete, you know, well, you get paid all this money and do. But, you know, getting paid all that money doesn't necessarily absolve you from that mental exhaustion that comes along with it.
So, no, I'm going to ask you, how does that work? So in tennis, because I feel like in team sports, you understand, like, you know, everyone has their role and the team is doing this and you're a part of the team, and people come hard on athletes all the time. Like, I guess when Kyrie said he didn't want to play, like he dropped out, right? I mean, the team's still playing, but people were mad at him for not playing in this past season. So, but when it comes to this, isn't it individual? Like, is it more?
Yeah, but then you also got all the sponsorship that's tagged to her. You know,
sponsorship though.
I'm pretty sure she signed some type of contract and she has some type of obligation. I mean, if that was the case, I'm pretty sure half the athletes, if they could just play the sport and not have to do the media, they would.
Right.
No. But I'm saying, like, so that's the issue. So, like, if you sign up to participate in this game or tournament, you sign up also to do whatever.
I guess the media and all that stuff.
But, like, her pulling out from the game or the tournament, is that, like...
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, she could have just said, I'm pulling out for personal reasons and left it at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, part of her contract or sponsorship is she has to compete in these things. I don't know. I'm not an athlete. But
yeah, I mean, I'm just curious how that works, because it's not like it's a part of the league or association where you have to do, like, I don't know, your team is doing all these games and stuff. I don't know how that works. Like, you sign up to do it, I'll be there.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'd imagine that by her, well, I said it hurt the French Open's pockets, but I guess it probably also hurt her agent's pockets as well, because you get X amount of money from winning, and then there are more endorsements and sponsorships and exposure that comes from that. So I guess it is probably a domino effect, and I'd imagine she probably is contractual. Well, yeah, that's why they fined her.
Yeah,
that's why she got the fine.
If you sign up to be on the tour and things like that, there's certain things you just have to commit to, and I guess this is one of those things. But I did read somewhere some third party, I think this organization that prides itself on mental health and all that was going to cover the fine.
Really?
For her.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I can't remember what the name of the group was, but
so is she officially out of it still?
Oh yeah, the time is going on now. She's
look, I don't know where that girl is.
Yeah, Serena got past her. She's in the round of 16.
Well, go ahead, Serena.
So yeah,
I thought it was interesting. Serena was showing her support for her while she was speaking at one of the conferences, and she brought up the fact that you really do have to have thick skin to be, you know, doing this stuff. And I don't think she was saying it to shade her, but when you really think about it, like, they drug Serena. They still drag Serena when it comes to her looks, when it comes to her behavior on the court, et cetera, since the very beginning. And so, you know, you kind of do have to just push through it if this is what you choose to do. So
I guess so. Even any athletes, like whenever Steph was out of whatever the playoffs or, you know, whatever that is. Yeah. Anyway, so he had his little press conference, and I mean, they were just like badgering him. And so it's just like, when you're already down, you're obligated to sit here, and now I got to answer your question how I feel about the loss. Like,
I don't feel good about it.
Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, I can see
long conferences, and maybe at an off time. One of the ones I saw, I don't know if it was Venus or Serena, but she was like, it's 11 o'clock at night. Like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. You drain mentally, physically, you know, not in necessarily the best of moods every time you step in front of that podium. And it's like, I got to smile and I got to go through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the safe space for me to not be okay with doing this, you know? Or is there, you know, any way that I can circumvent having to do these things, you know?
Just get up there like Marshawn.
I'm just here so they won't
just
find me. Yeah.
Man. Well, speaking of Steph losing, LeBron James also lost, did not make it out of the first round. I think I read that this is the first time in about 10 or 11 years that neither Steph or LeBron have been in the playoffs beyond the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So is this the end of an era?
I don't know. Didn't he say he was hurt? Or wasn't he
Well,
hurt?
he's been playing with a high ankle sprain, and then they tried to, Anthony Davis had like a groin injury, and they tried to force him back, sooner than he was able to come back, and he lasted all of like 5-10 minutes, and then they pulled him out, and then, it was downhill from there. The Phoenix Suns just weren't missing any 3-pointers, and that was it. But I think we're really just starting to see. He's 38.
You
right?
called him
Now,
Uncle James yourself.
You had him Uncle James.
Well, here's the thing, though. It's like LeBron James can't be that person playing
Forever.
the 40 minutes a game,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was a small turnaround. He was in the finals last year. Like, sooner or later, his body can't just regenerate like it used to. And, and then for your second guy, the next man up, to constantly always be injury prone, always be hurt, what can you do? So we might be looking at the beginning of the end. But I think the only reason why people aren't too critical of it is because he did win it last year. So it's like, okay, well, I won it last year. And 2, had it not been for my guy getting hurt, maybe he would have got out of the first round. How many teams can say that if they lost their second best player that they'd advance,
Yeah.
At this point, there's not much he can do that would make me reconsider him as the king of this sport. So I'm just like, oh, dang, not this year?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they gonna have to figure out what to do with Anthony Davis, though.
Like,
This
replace him?
motherfucker cannot be hurt every time come the playoffs. Like,
It's been year after year.
I mean, he's been an injury-prone athlete, period. And if it weren't for that break that they had before they went to the bubble, who knows if he would have lasted the whole season. So, yeah. And he's like 28, 20.
I thought he was about our age, yeah.
He's something young. Like, you can't be having those kind of nagging injuries constantly, and you're
He ain't
only
even
27,
30.
28. Right. So you're not going to get more healthier. So if I'm LeBron, honestly, I'm thinking of a way to get AD out of there and trying to get somebody that's a little bit more reliable and a little bit more healthy. So
I feel like he should be thinking about that. I mean, if you got the all-star team over there in the Nets, he has to be figuring that out.
Yeah.
I'll just use this off time to figure that out.
Go promote your movie.
Speaking, oh man,
Oh, when does that come out? Is it this year? This summer?
It's in July, right?
Yeah, Space Jam.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go see that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got these.
Oh, that's true. I was just gonna make
Go
sure.
by yourself? Okay. All right.
That's a good idea. I'll bring it up.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, y'all know I ain't got a dog in this fight, except my Mavs are
They
in
play
there.
today?
So
are they?
Don't they
made
play today?
I think they do.
Hey man, I haven't heard about the Mavs since like 11.
This game 7, yeah.
Go Mavs, I guess.
Yeah, let's
So-
go Mavs. I wouldn't
here
mind
for
seeing them
it.
win.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 10 years since we won the championship, so
Damn.
it'd be great if we could win it again this year.
Or make it, right?
Yeah. We
Make
want to
it
see
keep going.
progress. We want to see that, you're building towards that eventual championship.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
And
let's
I mean, to
not
be
let's
honest
not
with
go
you-
there, Rockets. Come on
Oh,
now.
don't do that.
Let's
Nobody
not
was
do
trying to take
that.
a jab
Hold on,
like
wait,
that.
Hold up.
We was
Leah,
just-
Leah tried to throw in a little light shade there.
Hell,
Hey,
I said the same thing
Listeners
you
caught
said.
it. Listeners caught it.
yeah, if the chips fall your way, you all could advance. Every team's just an injury away from losing.
That's a fact. Well, we have JLo and Ben Affleck, Benifer, as some of us used to call them back in
Benifer,
the
yeah.
day. They seem to be back on track.
You know what,
Like they
JLo?
never left.
Am I confusing people? I feel like she is bouncing around kind of quick. Am I tripping?
JLo seems to be the type of girl who's never single.
Like-
she get her one, get out of
Yeah.
it, find somebody else.
Yeah, and that's like when I saw that, I was like, wait a second. I thought we were just talking about her and somebody else.
Yeah, she was kicking it with Mark Anthony. Then I saw
Yeah.
Diddy posted
Diddy
some shit.
posted her.
It's just
I was like, wait a second. Girl, you hit up the little pink bud?
Well, I'll give her some grace for Mark because they have children together. So, that
Yeah.
could have just been a co-parenting moment. But
Diddy?
well, Diddy is the one who posted. Diddy's a troll.
Diddy is crazy.
But
She
I
did
mean,
not post that to it. He
Was
posted
that
a
an old
throwback.
picture?
Yes,
It
it
was
was
a
a
throwback
throwback.
Like, why though?
That's what he does. He just,
Dang.
yeah. And honestly, maybe JLo and Ben have been keeping in touch all these years and they're friends.
Why?
And now that they're not in a
What you mean,
relationship,
why?
I don't know.
If I
mean,
am in a relationship with you, I do not want you keeping
No,
in touch with the ex.
I agree because he was
And
married.
then if you backdoor that quick, I got questions.
Look, well, who you gonna ask him to? Because we done.
Look.
That's what J-Lo said.
You right. You right.
I don't know.
You know who she ain't kicked it with?
Who?
The dancer,
I forgot about him.
Chris, whatever, the backup dancer.
Yes, I don't remember his
Where he
name,
at?
but yes, I know who you're
I
talking
know you
about.
can't remember.
What? That was the guy after Diddy, right? Or after Ben Affleck?
I don't
He
even
was a little bit
remember.
later, but maybe.
Maybe
Okay.
there's been two dancers. I almost feel like there's been two. There was one that was like
Wasn't it a
early
popular dancer?
2010s. I don't
Ooh.
know.
I
She
remember it
married
was
a
like
dancer,
a
didn't she?
short-haired cut dude. I thought his name was Chris.
No,
something.
you're right. She married a dancer
Chris
or got with a dancer in the
Arias.
early 2000s, and then she got with another dancer sometime after Mark Anthony,
It's
if
hard
I'm
to
not
keep
mistaken.
up. Like you said, she can't stay single.
Hey, do what you gotta do.
For some
Do
people
what
it
you
works.
gots
I
to
know some
do.
people who will bounce from relationship to relationship. I don't know
But
how
it'd
they
be
do it.
like long-term relationships.
Or it'd be
And then
decent,
they just
yes.
pick right back up within a few months. And I'm just like, what the fuck is really going on?
I mean,
I think I'd be thinking the same. But everybody
Do what you do. Everybody ain't able.
That's what it is.
that's
Everybody
it.
ain't able.
Okay, last on the docket, y'all. We have Katt Williams. He was on the Joe Budden podcast. Did you happen to tune in?
Since the split,
You ain't been in it.
Oh, wow. You don't
I
support
just,
it?
man, I'll look at what the topics are for that episode. And if
Mhm.
it's something I want to hear, then cool, I'll listen. But
Okay.
it was anything that I really wanted to hear.
Okay.
I guess I should have, I don't know.
I mean, I have a source who tells me he likes the podcast better without Rory and Mal.
Oh.
Really?
I don't really listen to the podcast, but apparently Mal didn't really have a lot of opinions on stuff. Like he didn't speak as much on the podcast, where these new guys seem to be a bit more.
Opinionated?
Maybe
they've
they
been on the
speak
sideline
more.
already.
Hey,
Well, I mean, if I'm stepping into some shoes,
Yeah.
hey, just pay me. If it's a weekly check and it's something that's already been established, that's the beauty of it. It's like,
They already got the view.
it's one thing if I'm in the mix while this thing is starting to manifest itself and come together, but if you've got some shit going already and you like, hey, we want you on, cool, plug me in, how much do I get paid? Boom. That's it.
Mhm.
But I liked Rory. Rory was, he brought a different insight. I guess he seemed to be plugged in a different way than Joe in the music industry.
Okay.
But Mal, shit, I don't know what Mal does.
I ain't gonna
Okay.
lie to
You
you.
know.
The Rory guy kind of gets on my nerves.
Really?
I'll tell you.
But
why.
anyway, Katt
Look,
Williams.
that's
Let's
what
not
we
take
thought
away
about.
from it.
Okay.
Katt Williams was talking about the cancel culture.
Yeah, so he was on there and he was just giving his insight on what he believes cancel culture is or how people are responding to it. And from his point of view, he thinks that cancel culture is a necessary evil. And those
Mhm.
aren't his words, but he compared it to the speed limit. People don't like certain speed limits, but they are necessary.
Yeah.
And so he was saying the same thing for cancel culture. He's like, you have comedians who are saying they're not funny anymore because of cancel culture. And he's like, nah, you have to learn to adapt. And it's a good thing that we are putting pressure on people to say the correct term. So instead of saying the R word, you say that someone's on the spectrum or they are special needs or something like that. Or instead of using the F word, you say whatever else. So he was just basically just like you need to adapt with it, and we need to be in a place where we are being more respectful of other people, other groups, etc. So.
That's very interesting because I mean, it's nice to hear that from him. I'm just surprised. I don't know why. Because I just feel like Katt Williams kind of crazy in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says whatever is on his mind, F whatever, people think. But it's nice to hear that that's kind of the opinion because I agree with it. Like people have a right to be mad at you if they want to quote unquote cancel you for their own personal reasons. It is what it is, and you choose however you want to adapt to it.
Yeah, he also said that the people who have been canceled, he doesn't see why they should be uncanceled. So he was like, they needed to go. So yeah,
who's on his list? R. Kelly?
I'd imagine if we're thinking of a collective, R. Kelly, probably Bill Cosby. I can't think of anyone else at the top of my head, but
not Donald Trump or Harvey Weinstein.
But
I mean, I think the issue with cancel culture, and yeah, I guess you can compare it to like a speed limit or something like that. But if you go over the speed limit, what, you get a fine, you pay the fine. It's there's some punitive damages associated with, but I think sometimes the cancel culture will get on this just damn anybody and damn if you make a mistake, and you learn from that mistake. It's like there's times in which the cancel culture doesn't give you that ability to rehabilitate yourself or your image, or gives you the opportunity to learn from that experience. Now, granted, there's some heinous things where it's like you commit that, you're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about like comedians and stuff like that, I feel like comedians should at least be able to try to be funny or, try to push the envelope here and there. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I mean, it's the business of telling jokes, entertaining people. But when you start, like, I guess, putting the clamps on things that you can and can't say, and then it kind of infringes on their ability to be comedians, if that makes any sense.
The only thing about that is
because we're just talking about jokes. We're talking about jokes in that regard.
But it still comes with the whole thing of reading the room, like knowing your audience. And if your audience doesn't think that that's funny, adjust.
But here's the thing. It's just like saying, well, Paul Mooney does this, da-da-da-da-da. People know who Paul Mooney is. They know what they're going to get every time they come to a Paul Mooney show.
Mm-hmm.
So should I stop being Paul Mooney because somebody who isn't familiar with my material all of a sudden gets offended?
Well, this is what I'll say to that, because I understand that comedians, like, that's a lot of arguments for comedians in regards to them still having free speech and pushing the envelope and da-da-da-da-da. But I also think about the flip. And if there's a comedian and he's making a joke about burning down a town or hanging some black folk or whatever, but people could still use what you said and apply it to that. It's just a joke. He's pushing the envelope.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're getting when you're going to that show, but I don't think I necessarily need to like go to that show or not go to that show for you to still be able to respect certain.
And my thing is, if it doesn't work, cool, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But don't we just got to get rid of this dude. It's over. He should not be able to perform. Like, we should at least be able to allow you to want to be creative and push the envelope in your creativeness.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work, cool. Say it doesn't work, whatever. Maybe they'll learn from that, but you should at least be able to have the opportunity to try to experiment with your art.
I don't know. I just think that there's so many ways you can be funny aside from offending people. That's just kind of where I stand with it. There's many jokes
but
you
at the
can
same
tell.
time, sometimes you don't know what's offensive until you try it.
What?
I think there's a universal offense, though.
There is a universal offensive, but sometimes it's not black and white. Sometimes there is that little bit of gray area to play in.
Uh-huh.
And unless you actually try and dare to, push that, you won't know unless you get the reaction from people.
Well, then I guess that's just something that comes with a job at this point. It's now added into your, job description, like figuring it out.
Yeah. Because
as a comedian,
I do agree that I'm not one to just be like, oh, you said that back in 2017, you're out of here. And I do feel like, at least what I see on Twitter, the narrative has changed a bit. People are allowing some grace within context. But, you know, there's still consequences to some of the things that you say and that you do. And so while I may not think that you should lose your job because you said something back in 2009 when you were 15 years old, that may not be, you know, okay now. If there are other consequences that come with that, you know, it just is what it is. Like, I think that's just part of life. That's just me though.
Yeah.
That's just me. I don't know.
Comes with the territory, and I think that's just gonna be my opinion. That comes with it. It comes with even any famous person. You are just subjected to that kind of criticism, unfortunately. And you know, that could go in your favor or not.
Chrissy Teigen, prime example. Y'all ain't seen her no more, huh?
I haven't seen her in a minute.
Because she was queen of cancel culture. She was always calling people out, telling them they needed to go, and people have dug up some DMs that she sent a girl who was, I forget how old she was. I want to say she was under 21.
Some kind of teenager.
16. Yeah, I think she was 16. And Chrissy Teigen was sending her DMs telling her that she wished that she would kill herself and that she needed to die and you're disgusting and blah, 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 blah. And Chrissy Teigen was a 26-year-old woman at that time. So, you know, Chrissy has seemed to fall back. She has gotten some endorsements that are gone. Target is no longer supporting her line. You know, although that was however many years ago, 7, 8, 9 years ago, you know, you can't be telling people stuff like that. Yeah. So, I don't know. And I like Chrissy. I follow her.
I never really caught on to that bandwagon. I was like, John Legend's wife. Hey, they're doing cute shit together. You know?
I like her. I don't, I'm not a super fan or anything like that, but I mean, she's cool. I think I follow her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cute kids. Okay, let's move on to the verses. This will be short and sweet. We are officially open. We being Houston, at least. Shout out to Taylor, who is a part of the guild. She put out a tweet basically saying that, you know, it's real hard to save money now that everything is open back up, but just try to stay on track. I just summed it up. But what do you guys think you'll miss the most about being quarantined?
Like the pressure, or maybe the pressure that was not there when I had to say no. Like, oh, I do not feel like, you know, it's COVID outside. I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
You can't say that now. I thought you got the vaccine. I think you good or whatever. Like, you can't say that now. So now it's just like straight up, I don't want to go. Like, I just don't want to. But so kind of like that pressure comes back just a little bit of like, dang, I haven't seen him in a while. We do need to catch up. Let's do this. And I know when I be getting places, I don't know, since I guess we've opened up, I don't know if I've had a bill less than like $30, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I just be buying stuff. I saw something that said the outside prices went up during the pandemic.
Know, let's not act like niggas wasn't online buying shit.
Oh, that's a fact.
Once you get that Amazon account with your credit card information, all you gotta do is click.
You get the
Amazon Prime.
Buy now.
Buy tomorrow.
Swipe.
Man. Look, when that option pops up, so, I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Buy now. Yeah.
Don't give me too much time to think about it. I might go back.
Yeah.
But that's even more to the point, right? So I had that other spending stop, and I was like buying stuff online here and there, and now I'm like still buying stuff online whenever I see it because I'm just swiping, and I'm going out to eat.
I don't miss buying lunch, you know, being at work. But I will miss just being able to get up and roll out of bed and take my time getting ready to start work, you know?
Yeah.
I will miss that, but I'm kind of ready to be out and be a little social, just a little bit. I went to a housewarming yesterday, and it was a nice little refreshing experience just to see some of those people I hadn't seen from work, like, you know, just catching up here and there. But yeah, I'm not about to be out. Like, you know, seeing those people at like Breakfast Club and Turkey Leg Hut with the line around the buildings, it's about to be hot.
Interested in anything like that. Thank God I'm not in that kind of age range anymore, because that would be a thing. Like, oh, we got to go to Turkey Leg. We got to do this. It's like, how many people there? Let's go to up the street.
I I am trying to be out. I ain't lying to y'all. I am trying to be out. I'm not trying to be at the turkey leg cut or anything like that.
I'm not trying to be overcrowded next to people.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be in a good scene and I want to have a good time too. I went to some I forgot where I was, but some random party. I remember I texted you like, I miss parties.
Well, you know,
like,
there'll be those
like,
nights. There'll be those nights where it's like, damn, I missed it. Hey,
Yeah.
but then there'll be them other nights where it's like, oh shit, fuck. Where's the parking spot? We can't find the parking spot. Well,
That's
damn,
the
look,
stress I
finally
don't
got up in the
need.
club, waiting in line.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's busy. Oh, there they go fighting. Oh, they go shooting. And it's like, I don't know if I'm ready for that whole experience.
No, that's
but
real.
the good nights.
Yeah, the good nights will have you miss it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be very vulnerable right now and say what I'm going to miss the most about quarantine is just being like fat in peace. Just eating, drinking, not a care in the world because I'm wearing sweats. I don't know what my waist size looking like because I ain't wearing jeans in forever.
Look.
Right.
There was a period in quarantine, you're right, when I had to put on jeans and I just wasn't noticing. And then that one time, it's like you trying to go somewhere like, hold on.
Oh, wait a second. These are my
Like, do
go-to jeans. I can't even button them anymore.
I need to wash these hoes, you know, get a
No,
little loop.
from now on, these never go back in the dryer. It's the dryer. I got a new dryer.
Yeah.
No.
Look, so I say that to say I am on a fitness journey. I'm trying to get back on it. And you know what? I kind of got sad when I thought about it because I was doing really good right before COVID hit.
Bruh.
Some of y'all don't know this. I had a half marathon I was supposed to run like maybe 4 weeks after everything shut down. So I was looking at myself. Well, I've been looking at myself. I'm like, girl, you got to get it together. So
I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
right
no,
with
no.
you.
yeah, so Leah and I are in a fitness group. There's 2 others. I have a
Okay.
step class that starts tomorrow, aerobic step. Starts tomorrow. I've been doing my Pilates twice a week, sometimes 3. And then I also have this new, what was it, 12, 3, 30? I think that's what it was called. Basically an incline of 12
At 3 speed.
at 3 speed for 30 minutes.
Okay.
So, yes, I'll be checking in. This is my way of being accountable.
Yeah.
No bread, no sugar. It's been a week so far.
No bread, no sugar. Is that like processed
No dairy,
sugar?
too. Like, I mean, yeah, mostly processed and artificial.
Because I'll be like,
yes.
man, can I throw hot sauce on this?
I mean,
Can I
that's a
get
little
ketchup?
different. I'm thinking like,
Yeah.
so I've been staying away from coffee because I love a lot of cream and sugar in my coffee. So I've moved over to tea, stick to the honey, natural honey, you know, like stuff like that.
So in my coffee, when I do that, I have this creamer at home that's just non-dairy. But it's fine. It's like almond.
Yeah,
it's
but
good though.
well, no, because I think I've seen some of that. I'm just like, this shit just ain't hitting the same.
Starbucks makes a really good almond
No.
creamer. It's just really hard to find.
Okay.
I haven't found one like it though.
I feel like I'll send you a picture of the one that I use in case you do have days where you want coffee. I use it and sometimes I don't have to add sugar to it.
Okay.
So no sugar, no what?
No sugar, no bread / carbs,
See, I'm
really.
a sandwich ass.
You said what?
I'll be
sandwich.
eating some sandwiches. Give me some rice. Man, that shit is hard.
No, it is really hard.
Yeah.
And you really don't
I've been
realize
trying to up my
that.
intake as far as salads go, but even then,
You gotta make 'em
the
sexy.
season
It's so
dressing,
hard,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, this shit ain't, you know.
I
Yeah.
have this thing. I'm like, I'm gonna start having salads like for dinner, and I'll have my bigger meal just
lunch.
around lunch. And so I be having that thing at night. I'm like, I'm so
Still be hungry afterwards. I'll
like,
get
but
like a
it's
market
late.
salad. I'm like, let me throw some fries in the
I'm
in the
trying to
fry.
get used to it, which I have gotten used to,
It's
like
tough.
that water, that sparkling
Mhm.
water that I have, that's like 0 sugar or whatever. And I guess it tastes like, I forgot the name of the one you say you like, but I got to the point this week, like, okay, I need my water. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, you make small changes enough and force yourself to kind of get into that lifestyle. It starts becoming.
So then
Oh,
no
I have it.
juice.
No, I haven't really been doing juice. I will say I had a cocktail. But I had a couple of sips. I did not drink much. I'm planning on doing no alcohol. I gave myself 2 or 3 days for the month. One for when I move. But I already got the bottle. But yeah, because you know, you really don't realize, like, at least for me, like I was having a cocktail at least once a week, probably just in a social setting or just at the house. So that stuff really does add up. The sugar's in there. So moving forward, I probably need to stick to like gin and tonics kind of a thing. But anyways, yeah, I'm
On
just
the
putting that out
rocks.
there.
We on a
Yeah.
on a journey.
We're on a journey. So hopefully y'all start seeing our faces slim down a bit.
Because
Moving forward.
I be looking
Yeah,
at
I need to
these,
get back.
like-
I need to get back, especially when it's been raining. I haven't been running.
Look,
I
and
need
it's
to
been
get
raining
back
just
on
about
it.
every day out here.
Look, every day
Yep.
about 2 weeks now. So I got my gym membership. I got to get another
Damn.
one to get to these special classes, and I was supposed to do a step thing with y'all, but we'll see.
Okay.
So yeah, it's coming. You know what? I'm
It's
giving
coming.
myself grace, and I'm gonna say I got 6 weeks to see like some real like tangible like results.
Results.
After that, I might be depressed.
Right?
Not
Is
that
that what
kind
it
of
is?
step.
Oh, okay.
Well, but I don't
Wait,
know.
I don't
You
know what
looking
you
like
was
you
doing.
You
doing.
wasn't stepping onto the thing.
That's what you doing.
Okay. Okay. I
All
couldn't
right,
tell.
stepping on the block.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. If you liked what you heard, make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on social media at He Said, We Said. Any final words?
None.
That's it.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.